had wanted to break up, and my ex had committed suicide the same way my mom did in my apartment.
In your apartment?
Yes.
Losing a parent is a very traumatic event to go through, especially at such a young age. Why aren't you guys best friends anymore?
I let her down immensely. We went from being best friends to I'd go months without speaking to her.
Why?
Because to me, as long as I knew she was okay. You know, she had her place, she has a great husband, and I knew as long as she was okay, and as long as she would always know that I'm her brother, and it's like, dude, you know I'm your brother, I love you no matter what. That was good enough for me.
Matter of fact, I heard that just the other day when you guys were together that you argued so bad you got kicked out of the restaurant?
Well, we didn't get kicked out. I had to apologize to the restaurant because we got very loud.
Could you tell me what happened?
That was when he dropped the bomb of my grandma offering him money. And back to my grandma, my grandma's given him so much money, so much clothes, so many tickets.
Your grandmother wealthy?
No, she's not. She's 77. She comes every year to Wisconsin to work at a canning plant for 1 to 2 months, for 12-hour days, 77 years old. She takes all that she can get.
Emily,
and I visit her multiple times every time she comes to Wisconsin.
I denied the money, Emily.
And I know, but that doesn't deny the fact that you've taken money before. And even at
years
the dinner
ago,
table,
dude, like,
at
get
the lunch
over
table,
it.
that is when he told me he was going to take the $3,000 that my grandma had offered to pay for his dreams and his travel expenses for his new acting career.
Have you ever known him to want to be an actor before this?
My brother has wild dreams.
My grandma...
I support anything he does to the fullest. I just want him to do it on his own, just like everybody.
But Emily, you have so much contempt for him, you're not even looking at him. And he used to be, as you described it, your hero, your savior.
Yes,
that was the kind of relationship you guys had.
Everything my brother's
so what
saying
happened?
is just...
Emily has a hard time looking at me as the brother who let her down.
Well, Emily,
I think his mindset's
okay.
wrong.
But I think Emily's holding on to some resentment because you said that he's abandoned you when you needed him most. So what happened recently? Because I know something was really difficult for you that required your brother to support you.
2 years ago, my ex, I had wanted to break up, and my ex had committed suicide the same way my mom did in my apartment.
In your apartment?
Yes. And I was unfortunately put in the same situation twice. And I found him, called the cops, and I was alone. And it was a very different experience because my mom's experience, she didn't do it to hurt us. She did it because that was her only peace. And yeah, people don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I'm not mad at her. I don't have any resentment against my mom. She's at peace now. But with my ex, he did it to hurt me.
Did you share that with your brother?
Yep, he came and seen me the day after. He wasn't the first phone call I made because I knew that the first phone call I needed to make at that time was someone who was gonna pick up, and that was not gonna be my brother.
And is that why you were why you became so angry with him? Because
no, I became
wasn't
angry.
There for you?
He did show up. He showed up the next day to my apartment. He was there for me. I had gone through a horrible, horrible time. I was, suicidal myself, and he had actually convinced me to go in to hospitalize myself, and I agreed because I didn't feel safe, and I wasn't rational, and I was really, really hurt. So he drove me to the hospital, dropped me off. I gave him my car. He stayed at my apartment, used my car, and in the 5 days that I was gone and I got picked up, he ate all my food in the apartment. He smoked the little bit of weed I had. He used the entire full gas in my car to drive my car anywhere. And then what was even the cherry on top was when I got my car back, he decided to change every single radio station. Every five radio stations, changed them all.
I did that?
In 5 days.
I did that?
In 5 days. Is this your car now?